Good morning, early birds. Ooh, did you hear that? Good morning, early birds. Well, little frog going on there. Just watching Huya right now into the opening, and it fell down from 964 to 926. So we looked at Huya because we thought maybe, just maybe, we can buy the news, but it's falling. It's a free fall. So not buying the dip on Huya right now. Not the right thing to do. And that happens sometimes. So it's 4 a.m. Eastern time. It's 10 o'clock in Amsterdam. And if you're watching this live or otherwise, please be very sure that you have done this. You hit that like, hit that share this with your friends, share this with anybody that you feel like they should know about Benzinga, because it's all about Benzinga. It's not about the early bird show, it's not about me, it's about Benzinga and the algorithm that haunts us. So please hit that like, hit that subscribe. The only thing that you have to do, everything is free here. I'm a little left of center today. Ramon, good morning. Glad you covered your put on Wish. Keeps bleeding. Wish, yeah. Let's look at Wish. Yeah. Well, good luck with that, Ramon. That's not looking very nice. So let's look at what's happening today. And the title of the show is are some of these stocks overbought, and can we do something with that? And we're going to look at some of them that might look overbought. And if they do, then maybe we can short them. So yesterday I tweeted out what I did. If you see that, please just hit a like on the Twitter, because that's the only way that I can find out that you're really watching that. And if I don't get the likes, then I'm not going to post it anymore. I'm not living off my Twitter. It's just an extra information source for everybody who wants to follow me and knows what I'm doing with every level that I give you every day. So just put in a like there so I can see that you are watching this. So let's get down to business. It's Tuesday morning. I'm fired up, and we've got this nice watch list here going on. ITIP, why not? UAA, AXTA, AXTA, OG, OGE, Comp, OTEX, NEOF, MMETS, CRCT, AA. Those are not your common stocks that you see in all the other shows, and that's because we are the early bird show, and this is different. We can talk about NEOS, CCL, UAL, DoorDash, and we will if you put the tickets in. No worries there. But good morning, Luca. Good morning, Walt. But if you really want to see some other tickets, and well, sometimes it's just nice to look at those too. So let's look at what happened yesterday and what's happening now on earnings today. So this is going on. We thought that we might buy the dip on Huya, but no, it's not. It's not giving us any sign that you can buy the dip right now. Earnings of MCOR, Alcon, Just Eat, which is partly Dutch. Cisco tomorrow, big one. L-Brands tomorrow. Nvidia tomorrow. Victoria's Secrets tomorrow. Macy's on Thursday. So there's a lot going on. And This is what we looked at yesterday, Roblox. Well, I tweeted out I'm not the best short player in the world, as you all know by now, I hope. And this is what happened on Roblox. So this is 9:30, this gray line here. And it opened, did nothing, and we determined that 84.20 was a level, and if it's a level, then it can be a level in two ways. It can be support and it can be resistance. And I thought that it would be long for me, so I sat here with my limit order just above this one. That's what I decided to do on Roblox, 84.25 or something like that, I don't know. And after seeing this, and it hit that level. It's a purple line for everybody who's new here. If it's a purple or pink line of a lilac, whatever you want to call it, then it's not an exact line, but it's an area of support or an area of resistance. And if it's a line, if it's a level, you can play off that level. And I wanted to play the long version. I thought, well, maybe you just want to get over that line and play the long, so like a breakout trade. And that's what my plan was. But then I saw this happen, and I thought, okay, practice your short skills. So this happens, and then this high here is lower than this high here. You can see that, of course, it's obvious. And then this low here, this low is lower than this low here. So this is the point that you really know that you had to go in. But I got in earlier than that, of course. After seeing this red candle here, I thought, okay, this is my chance to practice my shorts. I did, and I was done for the day because it worked perfectly. So you could have shorted Roblox. It was a textbook short. You're trying to get above this level here, this almost double topping. It's not a perfect double top. So it's not really textbook, and this should be a perfect double top, but we saw that this was an area, but it hit a level, although it was an area of resistance. So every signs goes to green then to make a play. And I did, and it's the only play that I made yesterday. And I was done for the day. So that can happen if you're short. If you're short playing and it works for you, and it worked for me yesterday. I also looked at, let's look at, is it on Watchlist now? No, it's not, because, well, we are yesterday, but now it's falling under this level here, this 964 level, all the way to 924. So can you buy the dip here? Well, I won't, because it just keeps on falling, and this is after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a red. I thought, okay, this might just be the moment. And if you look at the RSI, it's under its 20, so but it's under 20 for a long time, so it's oversold according to the statistics here. Well, it has been for a long time, so this does not tell you anything right now. So Huya was yesterday, was on our watch list to buy the dip, but we cannot do that because there are no signs that you can buy the dip. So this was, we talked yesterday about price discovery, also on our 7:30 show or our 1:30 show Amsterdam time. And I had some belief that Huya might just take this 964 as some kind of level, and then you can trade it back up again above 1003, and then I would have bought a dip. And that's because of what's going on right here. This is on a 15-minute. We talked about that. This here is doing nothing really. You cannot trade this. This is not tradable because, well, there's no direction. up, down, up, down, up, down. But I saw it bouncing on that 964 level that we determined yesterday. And I thought, well, if it just keeps doing that, and it's in post-market kept doing that, and I thought, well, maybe, just maybe, it will say enough is enough after 5 days downside, and we're gonna buy the dip here. And so I watched this one when market opened, but here in pre-market, but fell down, and nothing to do there. So this is called price discovery, which lasted all day long. Nothing going on here. They also call it chop. So what you want to see here, and normally if it's moving between those two levels and you want to see, you want to trade something like this, then there are more possibilities. But after movement like this, what you want to see is something like this. Of course, I exaggerate right now a little bit, so you know what I'm talking about. So this is what you want to see. So this is clear movement to the upsides, and you can also do this to the downside, of course. Let's keep this one on 964. And if it does that, then to the downside, then that's a clear mark also. So you need higher highs or higher lows to the upside, or lower highs or lower lows to the downside. And then you can play it. But if it does something like this, then this is not, you might see something here, but this only 14 cents, so that's not playable. And then got up again. So this is just a lot of chop and not real movement for a play on Huya. So we did not play it Huya yesterday, do not play it today. And that's the end of that story. So we could not buy the dip on Huya. That's great. If you do your analysis, and after all the analysis that you do, then you come to the conclusion that you cannot play this, or you won't play this, or makes no sense to play it. Well, don't play it. That's also information that you can use. Tough day yesterday, Luca. Yeah, got into Sophie and Fisker. Good morning, AK. Sophie is that what? That's that wild one, yeah. Ui. This level here, this might come to the rescue. If you're still in this 1414, tries to bounce there right now. And then this is your next low here on the daily. That's at 1321. So you don't want to wait all the way to 1321 if you got in yesterday. I hope that you got out AK on time. But this is what's going on right now here. So be aware. These two levels are now the levels that you have to watch. And every time when you see something like this happen here, then this is also a level that you have to watch, 1214. So if you're trying to catch this to the upside, then you have to be sure that you find a level somewhere, and that's hard to find right now. Maybe that 1414 is something that will rescue you. Down now also 30 cents already. So it might just be also a down day today because of what's going on in the world. So be careful if you are to the long side. So can anybody update me on the likes? How many likes do we have? Fisker. You're a daredevil, Luca. So now you got into this one. I can see you want to try to buy the dip like we did on Julia, but what you really need. So now all the levels here are 9, 20, 50, and 200 is above the candles here. So that's always a bearish sign. If you want to buy Fisker, then the only thing that you can do is look at this double bottom here. Is it an exact one? 1340? Yeah, no. Well, 1344-ish. 9 likes. North Carolina Arizona. Come on, guys. What's this? It's not about me. It's about Benzinga. It's because of the algorithm. So get those likes out. Otherwise, I will be fired. I told you that before. So if you want to see a bounce, and this might give you a little bit of confidence, a bounce to you at 1345-ish, and then try to get up, and it's a bounce on a 15 minutes, so that's stronger than a bounce on a 1 minute. So if the time frame gets higher and it bounces on a 1 day bounce, it's even more comfortable. But on the 15-minute bounce, you can just say, okay, I'm feeling comfortable about this now. And if you want to see it bounce again, then it's it could also be a sign that it's not a double bottom here, but that it wants to break this. So there's no such thing as a triple bottom, as they say. So if it tries to get through this again, and maybe then again, and it's a sign that it will fall through more likely than just this nice simple bounce here. So what you want is buy this in strength, Fisker. So what I would do is wait to 1440. It's now not trading at all. This is the spread right now, 1360 to 14. So don't buy it now, because it would be stupid with a big spread like this on a $14 stock. So what you want to do here is wait for 1440. And then buy this in strength, because it's weak. It's under its EMAs. It fell down, did not find a bottom. Might have found a bottom, let me tell you that way. And then anything above 1440 could be a play if you want to play this to the long side. And if you want to play this to the short side, don't know if it's hard to borrow now, or if you have to pay to short it. But if it gets above this 1450, then you have this room till 1520. So that's 80 cents on a $14 stock. That is enough. So I think Fisker, I would buy Fisker only as a day trade if I can buy this in strength, and it might just sit here in this area for a while. So most likely, after something like this happens, then most likely it will. Can do something like this, so it's just in some consolidation station here in this phase. So you want to buy this in strength. And about Sophie, I told you I don't really. That's a more difficult one even than Fisker. So if you want to play anything of those, then Fisker, buy this in strength. So you can just wait till it's settles here, and 9 out of 10 times it will fall through here, and let's find a new bottom after this. But 9 out of 10 times is not always. So what you can do is you can, what I do in cases like this, no, not edit, I do set alert on this 1344 in my TC2000, and I do a set alert here. I hope you can do that in your own program too. So 2 alerts here. If it breaks one of those, then I'm gonna be interested in maybe playing this. That's Fisker. Yes, Saeed Hassan, you are absolutely right. This is one of the best comments of this morning. Hit that like, come on. Even if you're watching this not live, but later in the morning, I can imagine. Hey, Vivian, good morning. Great to see you here. And we're going to do our watch list now. So I'm going to announce it one more time because I did it in the beginning and people want that I put it in this in the chat, but here is something I can put it in here, but I'm lazy. That's because I'm a day trader. I made 1 trade yesterday and that's it. No, I made 3 trades yesterday, but the other 2 trades that we did not discuss yesterday, and I'm not gonna be an after the fact threat here. So I'm gonna tell you upfront what's going on, and then I'm going to tell you if I traded it, how I traded it, and I will tell you sometimes that I will be watching something on Twitter, but I don't get any likes there, and I don't care about likes, really. I'm not selling there anything other than an affiliate link of a TC2000, but that's not bringing me anything, and that's okay. But the only thing that I want, if you see the tweet, and even if you don't like it, then dislike it or make a comment, so I can see that you're watching this, because otherwise I will stop tweeting this if nobody reads it. So that's not out of frustration, but just out of curiosity. ITAP, we looked at ITAP for weeks now. And yesterday we looked at ITAP and said, okay, price action is the name of the game here, because, well, we recognize this, of course. Just nicely trading up with, if you see, if this is the movement, then higher highs and higher lows are recognizable, and if you don't recognize them, then watch the 7:30 show of yesterday. I explained that a little bit more, and I will do that every Monday. So, and now, is this something that isn't now just here in consolidation station? Because what you would expect here is that it would just get up again here. So expectation was, and that's why the 608 level is in here and is still in here. So this is what we expected after that nice move up yesterday, the last weeks, I mean. So this is something exaggerating, of course, what I wanted to see, making a new high here. So this is still, this low here is still higher than this low here. If you look at the big picture, and you see this low here is still higher than this low here. So until here, we are just following the pattern. And swing traders would have gone in here and, well, thought, well, okay. And then it did not happen. And that's why. And now it's just sitting here. And this 571 level might be something. It's more. 566 here, 568. Well, you tell me. Around this level, we are sitting here and waiting till this one to go up. Did we experience something like this earlier? So this hesitation. Well, maybe. So let's zoom into this. This made a new higher low here at this point here, all the way up. New higher high. Not picture perfect. I grant you that. And then fell down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. All the way from 609 to 550. That's not a big move, I know that, but it fell down all the way to this point here. And then sat here for a while. So maybe, just maybe, falls down here and now in a bigger range sits here for a while. And then if it comes from above and then sits on a level, then 9 of 10 times, like I told you yesterday, it will just fall down further, like it did here. And if it does, then our pattern of higher highs and higher lows is broken. So this is the pattern of higher highs and higher lows. This is what we expect. And if it might still get there, and if it does, then you have a real nice play on your hands above the 609, even as a swing trader. But if it's going to do something like this, then on the long side, you're in trouble. Ooh, it's a little bit big. So it's going to do something like this, and it does not find any support here on this trend line, which is not an accurate trend line, but just to show you what the trend should or could be like. And then you see here, if I just take this one away for one moment. So what you see here now is this red one, which is a 200 SME, and that's at 550-ish. And that's then your last big supports. We should and could argue that this 537 is also still some kind of support, but if it falls under this 200, then you might just be afraid that it will just do something like this under the 200, and that's something that you don't want if you're playing this one to the wrong side. So that's ITAP. It's I don't put 200 stocks on the watch list, just a little bit less to do some more explanation about what I'm thinking. But so now it's just sitting here, and can you derive from the RSI here some sense of direction now? So look at this. I'm going to take these lines away now. So you see these higher highs here. That's what we saw here. I changed the chart a little bit, but these you can still recognize higher highs and higher lows here. So look at this higher high here, right here. The RSI here was above its point, it's 17 point. It's a Wilders RSI 14, and if it gets above its 70 point, then normally you would say, okay, this is the place to sell, because here it's overbought. So if you're using this in your TC2000 or in one of your other screens, then you can say here, okay, it's above 70, fell down, so if it gets above 70, I'm going to sell it. Here, at this point, it's above 70, but just kept keeping on to the upside. Here, at this point, above 70, but it stayed just there for a while and made even a new high here. Here, above 70, and only 2, 3, 4 days later, it fell down. let's look at the bottoms now. This low here, just right into the middle. RSI telling you nothing. This low here, RSI right in the middle, telling you nothing. This low here, this is under 20, under 30, so told you something that might want to go up again. This low here, close to 30, but getting up just a little bit and then just sitting there now. And now we are here at this point. RSI is right into the middle, in the middle. So what does that tell us? RSI is not always use an indicator that you just can use. Okay, if it gets above 30 or 70, then it will go up or will go down. And this item explains that to you. So rather than looking at it's now in the middle, so it will not do anything here, we really want to see that this 200 SME at least has to hold 456, and it will probably stay here for a while. And I'm going to put in that level again, at 608 level, this one. Set my alerts, and if it gets above 609, then I'm going to be interested in this one, and not any sooner than that, because it's I'm afraid that something like this might happen. So I hope that I made that clear. We're gonna do the rest of the watch list, but just let's do some tickets from the chat. Why not? Box L. What's going on with Box L? We looked at this on another occasion. North Carolina Air Gunner. Scruffy. That's what I would call it. I'm going to erase those lines first. So this is, of course, a sign of strength, this gap up here. I'll give you that. There's trouble holding this line, and this is a small stock. You think you're in at 195, 275 will be the target. Did you hold this one overnight? I would never hold something like this overnight, but well, if you bought it here and this happened a few days ago, then you should have sold it, but you know that. It looks like it wants to hold this 200 SME here. So let's look at what's happening here at this point. So from a monthly perspective, this one does not do anything. But as a day trader, you don't want to be stuck on your monthly charts. So on the weekly charts, this is something that's more interesting. The daily chart is scruffy. You don't have it. Okay, that's okay. But the problem with buying something like So if you want to buy this on a dip, so wait till it dips to 195. The problem with these small ones is that they don't really bounce that well. 9 out of 10 times they don't bounce well because they are so small, and the big guys don't have any interest in them. And these small ones also want to be above the $1 mark. Well, it's far above that, but they also want to be above the $2 mark. It's just something that's if it falls under that, then you have a problem. If you want to buy the dip on this one, so if you want to do something like this and wait till it comes down into the 195, then you're expecting the bounce to buy to the upside. I won't do that on a small stock like this. So what I want to do is there is some strength here, obviously, because of this. It gave it a lot of it back. What gives me some kind of confidence is this 50, this 50 moving average in this 200 SME. This might just be on a rescue for this one. So if it's able to hold this line here, it needs volume, of course. There's no volume whatsoever right now, but so it opened here 227, but no volume, so you cannot see anything happening there. So 220 and maybe no 220. You need this 220. This has to hold in order. So this is support for you. And I only want to buy stocks like these into strength. So if it does not break this, so this is just an anti-trend line right now. So you're trading against the trend, looking at the 15-minute here. So you don't want that on small stocks. And I only want to buy this here into if it's got any strength. So you have to wait a little bit, and then if it breaks these. So this is a high of 235, 235, 235, 235, 4 times on the 15-minute. So it is not a double top, it's a quadruple top, and I tried to break that 235 4 times. So that's the break that I want to see here. So if I'm gonna play this, I only want to play this like this. Good morning conversation on character. Yeah, we had we talked about who we are this morning, right at the beginning, because we wanted to buy the dip and we did not do that because there was no possibility to buy the dip. So we took that off our watch list and said, okay, that's just a bit. GME, yeah, we wanted to buy that here, and if you did that as a swing trade, then you made that move eventually, but you have to stick into this one in swing trading, and I don't want to hold GME overnight. I don't want to hold AMC overnight. It's just too scary for me. This, you might consider this to be a double bottom-ish kind of thing. It's nicely holding its 9 EMA here right now, 160. This low here, big volume here, low here of 159.16. So on GME, could wait for the bounce here around 59.31 and then play the reversal long here. I need some support on GME otherwise, because it's just such a volatile thing sometimes. Not lately, I don't think so. Don't trade this one too often because, well, it is GameStop. But this big volume here might give you some kind of confirmation that this 159.31 here is the level that you can play this one off. And then AMC, I haven't looked at AMC for a while now. We saw this going on here, and well, it's still not above that negative trend line here. That's not exact science, but it bounced here on this 28.62 level that we established here, and then got up and then bounced here again. So that's 28.62 is definitely a level for AMC. And you can play the wedge here, so you have to be a little bit more accurate than this. So what you can do is say, okay, this 50 lies here, and I'm going to play this one above 37.10, which is almost, and then it breaks this negative trend line and it breaks the 50. So that's this should give you some confidence that it's you want something like this. This would not be the move, but something like this on AMC. So level for AMC is 37.10 to the upside. I only want to play this one in strength. Thoughts on GoCo, Galtz, John Galt, 1111. GS, you're new here. Welcome, GS. Amazon or the SPY. I don't trade the SPY. I can look at Amazon, but we're just going to go first to our friend Go Health. So if you see something like this here, then that's me practicing my option trading. I'm doing very well, as you can see. So you see here, this is my my practice account here. And, I use TC2000 for the charts and do my analysis, and I trade here with this one, trade 0. GoCo. Well, I was wrong here at 1063 back then, thinking that it would get back up again. It does not do that, and I can see that you might want to see the bounce here. So this is really a bounce. It's a small one, not as small as the other ones that we discussed, but it has some room to its 9 EMA here. A lot of room, and also a lot of room to this high here. So if there is any perspective of bouncing here, then this is the play that you want to make. Above 505 to the upside. And then your target would be this 9 EMA, and it's now at 638. What's going on with Amazon? We haven't looked at Amazon for a while. This is the last time that we looked at it, and well, yeah, you tell me. This is some kind of dark print, I hope, because there are 600 points there. So it gap down. I am sorry, JS. I'm not interested in Amazon as a day trade. I'm not even gonna establish levels on this one. BHG. That's a recent IPO. So levels. This is 9 and this is 20. Moving average. And you can see that this is 9 and this is 20 because this one starts after 9 days and this one starts after 20 days. There's no 50 and or 200 yet. I can see why you're looking at this one, Vivian. This is the break that you want to see, so I would play this as a breakout trades. Don't bother about a yellow line yet because it's not strong. So play this to the upside, and then this might be a nice target here, this 11.10. So I can see why you're looking at this one. You're welcome, GS. Okay, let's pull out our watch list because we talked about iChip and we talked about it for a long while, and now we're going to talk about some stocks that might just be overbought, as I told you in the title of this show, UAA. This one's overbought. Can you see this? And now you can see this here also. Here it's above 70, so that's just an indicator. It's not the indicator. But when I look, if a stock is overbought, I look at this green line on the daily. And you can see that it always wants to go back to this green line here. That's the 9 EMA. That's for me an indicator that I watch a lot. And well, it's logical that it wants to be close because it's the average here. So it was overbought here. And this is what it did yesterday and today. So the distance between 9 EMA here and this here, for example, in this spot here, this is 23 and the 9 lies at 21.68. So eventually, the 9 EMA will be closing into these candles, or the candles will be drawn back to its 9 EMA. And you really have to look this one up stock by stock. So this is another example all the way up. Some extension to the 9 EMA, more extension to the 9, and even more. So it's hard to tell where you really should buy or sell it. But if you're buying it here or buying it here, then you know that something like this is going to happen. And now here, what we just might have witnessed here, and then the stock is overbought, but can we buy it now here? This is the 9 EMA at 24.70. And what I want, it's right here at this high here. This high here is 24.71. This is 24.70. This is 24.65. This is 24.60. So this area 24.70, 24.60 is definitely something that you want to be watching. It's now trading within this big range here. No, not big range, but 25.15, 24.14, but that's just because there is no volume. So let me say this is 24.60. So this stock is this stock is overbought here, and now it's getting smaller, and now then the 9 EMA is closing in. Really, it's closing in. So if you bought it here as a swing trade and it's closing in here, then you know eventually that if it does not hold this 24.70 or this 24.60, so a lot of people who swing trade these things bought it quite comfortable here because it hits its 550. So you have to imagine people who were buying it here. So people bought it here. There were people who bought it here or had it in their possession here. And now this is happening. So this is happening. If it does not hold its 2470, 2460 range here, this range, then it will probably fall back all the way to 2342. So this is your support here at 2470. So if it manages to stay above that, then you might want to see this one to the long sides. So ideally, this one would pull back here, and then you can trade it back up here. If it does not do that, then you can also play some kind of breakout trade here above 25.21. So levels for UAA are 2460, 2470, 25.21. AXTA. Same pattern going on. Up, 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 up. So this is overextended on a daily 9 EMA overextension. And this is the end of the rainbow for this one to the high. Now it pulls back here, and if it can hold also its 9 EMA here, which is now that's now your support here. So overbought, pulls back. If it can hold this 9 EMA, then play this one to the upside. Also 3104. These are not the big movers here, but you really can practice if something like this can happen for you. If you're swing trading this one, then you can also use this as your in. I'm day trading this, and I want to see this one back to 3105 if it gets there today, and otherwise buy this one in strength above 3175. And then you have to watch this level, which is the high, of course, of 3195 also. So you can buy it here and expecting that it will break this 3195. You also can wait here and wait till the break over 3195 happens. We talked about that in various shows now. OG. Same story, not as clean chart as the other one. So up, up, up. Overextended, overbought. Same story here. You want to see this 9 EMA, so you want to buy this on a pullback. And you need to see that line holding 35.42. So watching this one for the pullback 35.42. So this is what I want to see here. 1, 2, 3. Touching this level, and then I want to see new higher highs, new higher lows, and then I can play this one. And how you can play this one, I explained to you in shows that are aired on Monday at 7:30, and it's 1:30 Amsterdam time. You can watch it back if you look me up on Twitter. The handle is below this YouTube channel, and then you can see where I do this more technical stuff there. So this is what I'm looking for here on OG. COMP. Look what happens. So this is just nicely trending on this line here, on this 9 EMA, and then here, overextension happening. And just another possibility, sorry for the frog, to so this tells you that it wants to dip down its feet in this 16 level, because the spread is really big right now. You cannot tell what's going on here at this moment, but 16 has to hold, really. And with this bigger spread, you might just want to see this one just take it one nudge further. So you can also say, okay, it's a breakout play above 70.72. Now off. That's that's also starting to get overextended as we speak right now, because it's wants to go up. So this is the opening 350. All the way to 386. Now tempering and just not knowing what to do right now. So for now, and please remember that I say that for now, this 386 is a pre-market breakout trade, and then can trade it to 409. And that's then your next level. But if 386 turns out not to be the high of the pre-market, then you have to adjust that level, of course. So that's what I would do here right now. It's overextended, but you don't want to wait till this one goes down to this level here, because it's a small one and just does not bounce that well as the other ones. So you want to buy this one into strength for about 386 to 409, and you may play that one also. Oops. So guys and girls, are you still with me? How are we doing on likes? Did not check that because I get depressed always. That's not because of my ego. I don't need it anymore. That's the advantage of being 100 years old, of course. And but it's just so important for Benzinga, and we need Benzinga to grow. It does grow, but we need to grow more, of course. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. Even if you're watching this late in the morning, having your coffee. So this is forming some kind of double top, or it just might do that. And if it does that here, then play the short. And if it does not do that, then play the breakout. Simple as that. One or two options. You need volume, breakout, or short. Level is 53, 56-ish. And Mets, this is not overbought, it's oversold. So you want to see this one back to this level here. Just watching this one because maybe, just maybe, it will bounce here now for once. $3 is pivotal level here. So if it bounces here at this $3 mark, then you might want to play this one all the way to 327 all the way. That's only 27 cents, but on a $3 stock, you do the math. Also, overbought situation, pulling back to the 9. This is the best example that I can give you that you might be interested in such stocks like these. So 42.69 will be some kind of level here. If it does not hold it, then it's going to go all the way back to 40.95. So you need that bounce here and play this one to the upsides and fill that gap. It can move $2 a day. So this one from 42 all the way up to 44.90-ish. That's what I want to see in order to play this one. And then the last one for today on this watch list. What's going on? CRCT. Yeah. I know. I know this is playing with fire, but not if you. So it bounced you. You missed this. You missed this. Clear and simple. Up here, try to get there one more time. Not the real. Not this is 29.20, and this is 29.03. So not really. Not at all a double top. What you don't want now is that this one gets under this level, because then it's forming a new low. And so if you want that, then you can play this one under 27.35 as a short. And if it's holding this levels here, this 27.35 level, then you might just want to play this as a reversal play and play the bounce. More likely is it that it will stay here for a while in these areas, and then you just set an alert here. So if it does not do anything today, then it might just want to do something tomorrow or the day after, if it's going to sit here in consolidation station. Conversations on character. We are way past Christmas now, I see that, but why not Pfizer? This is what we wanted to see on Pfizer on that day. Look what it did. So that's the advantage, that you keep these things here, and this looks very strange to me. Yeah, this is some kind of bad print. It's always difficult to navigate around that. So it's staying nicely on its 9 EMA path, always just a little above it, and still is right now. And to the long side, this is this is 49. Is it? It's 49. Yeah. So 49, and now it's just not knowing what to do on no volume, because this was the biggest volume in pre-market, 5,000. So scares me a little bit, this one right now. So you might want to play the bounce here at 48.58. This high here, and almost this high here. 48.50 might suit you also. 48.50-ish bounce here, and then to the upside, or a quick break here. I know my throat is really going places there that I don't want it to. I'm just kidding. So anything above 49.05 is a break, of course, of highs. It's not all-time highs, or is it? Well, it's getting there. Yeah, it's all-time highs, so don't short it. This monthly is, of course, because of the Delta variant and people talking about getting their third shot. So any break above 49.05 would be fine to play on Pfizer. Yeah. You slept in real hard, Fox options. Shame on you. No. GME, we talked about GMER, so it's even still on a screen. That's what I see. Oh, my producer is lagging. Oh, I'm my own producer. So we talked about GME. Just scroll back on this episode and then you can check that out. So thanks for watching, everybody. This was the Early Bird Show. We are back tomorrow. If you're going to trade today, trade safely. This show was for information purposes only. Don't follow me or anybody else. But if you want to see what I'm doing, and don't copy me, but if you want to see what I'm doing, then you can follow me on Twitter. Just click on the Twitter handle below this video and you'll be fine. So thanks for watching, everybody. And if you like this, then please hit that like and hit that subscribe. It's a real big thing in 28 in total. So we have to really work on that, guys. So if you're watching this, not live, but after that, and you see those 28 likes, please hit them. You need that. I need that. Oh, yeah, well. Okay, Luca, thanks that you appreciate that. I hope that you like that, because I'm trying to do a little bit less stocks, because well, then I have to really speed up, and I cannot do any tickets from chat. I want to talk about a little bit more about some stocks. So I don't put 20 on my watch list.